No, you can't stalk me respectfully. Shut the fuck up. Okay, stop. It's not funny. Please stop.
Insurance is not tied to anyone else. It's just something I pay for.
But how long did it take you to get there?
It took years.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is I believe that like big parts of that you could literally have while working under someone. We just don't want to do it because profit margins are slim. Like a workplace could offer more autonomy to the worker. A worker could fight back for said autonomy. A workplace, and I'm sure like you have a smaller operation. A lot of YouTubers I talk to, they already do this without even thinking about it. Like they don't fucking grind their workforce down because you have a much closer relationship with the people that you're working with.
Yeah.
Because it's not faceless.
Yeah.
It's not something, you're not a factory owner that owns a million factories through the stock market. You're working with your workers. They know what they're doing. You know what they're doing. You're close. You're face to face with them. If one of them's like, yo, I'm sick, I can't come in today. You're not gonna be like, no, you have to come in, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope you're not like that. But my point is,
I'm definitely like that.
oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
You got to work through it, motherfucker.
Was Nate over there? Or is it Jacob over there? Yeah, of course. Even when you're sick.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it depends. I mean, this guy was sick. He got his fucking wisdom teeth taken out. He was gone for basically a week. But no, I get it. Yeah, he had a full-on vacation. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But I guess the question is like on the bigger scale then for these like massive corporations, like how do you even scale? How would you scale something like that to? Because like I understand it here.
I mean,
on
it
this.
is McDonald's, right? Like you think of McDonald's, like it's the worst place that you could work for, pretty much in America, right?
Yeah.
But those motherfuckers have unions in like Norway and shit. How the fuck are they over there? You know, slinging the same burger, but they're doing it in fashion. You know, they're doing it in a much more fashionable way. They're doing it with way better amenities. Those countries also offer healthcare. You know what I mean? That's a huge, gigantic fucking burden. Like having your healthcare tied to your place of work was a really scary leap for me to make when I was like leaving the Young Turks and going on my own. I was like, fuck, like what's going to happen if I need healthcare and I don't have it? You know, I can't pay for it or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about this premiere is that like, did people in the chat spamming L or just not even listening? They're just like, my haters are so interesting. Like, they don't even care what I have to say. They just are like preconditioned into not liking me. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you just suck. So I'm just gonna say you suck. I'm not gonna listen because like everything I'm talking about here is literally like, I'm talking about how I don't have any sort of like mental health issues or anything like that now because. Despite the fact that I stream for 10 hours a day, because like, you know, I have so many freedoms. Like I have so many freedoms now, whereas like it was infinitely worse when I was working under someone else and had no control over my life. Saying like, you know, the average person and their experiences when they're working a full-time job is significantly worse. You know,
that's a major burden to speak out against for the most part.
Do you ever encourage people to just like try something else?
What do you mean? Like a different job?
Yeah. Or
I mean, sure, but they're still going to be working for someone else. And it's a shot in the dark because that period, that intermediary period where you don't have a job, you don't have insurance. The fuck are you supposed to do?
But you figured it out.
I know, but
I figured it out.
I know, but that's survivor's bias. Like I know I figured it out.
Yeah.
But there are a million examples of us that didn't make it.
It's true.
We just don't know about them because they're fucking probably homeless now. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't know. Which is another issue that I have. I'm so fucking annoyed with the way that stupid liberals deal with homeless people. It's really annoying, but that's a longer conversation. We don't have to
What
get
about
into
the homeless people here?
Yeah, it's really terrible. We California is rich as fuck. We're like richer than nations.
Yeah.
We should not have a single fucking person living on the street.
So why do you think that is then? Because that's like frustrating as fuck to me too. Because I'm like, how much money I pay in taxes? I'm like, what the fuck are they doing with this?
Yeah, but listen, the police department needs a fucking armored personnel carrier. Okay, that's why they can't fucking deal with the homeless people. It's not even just the police department though, even though their budget is fat. It's because of housing. Housing is seen as an investment vehicle in this country. It's the primary way to generate wealth, and it is for a lot of people. You could directly point back to housing as a method to literally stop black people from developing intergenerational wealth in this country through redlining, for example. So housing has always been the primary mechanism to like make wealth, generate wealth. And when that's the case, people don't look at homes as shelter. They look at homes as like another investment opportunity. That's why we had 2008, the housing market crash. And we didn't learn from that at all. And I don't look at housing as like a commodity. I look at it as like a need. But other people don't see it that way. And these are very powerful groups. Homeowners associations.
I both hate and love that you're literally the same on some Dude Bro podcast as you are on stream.
And, you know, landlords.
Well, I also don't have a fucking relentless chat up my asshole, so I think I'm performing a lot better on this podcast than I normally would.
Then your house and the value of your house is always going to go up. And most people become homeless because they get priced out of the housing market. Yeah. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're stupid. It's not because they're fucking drug addicts immediately, even though those people shouldn't be denied housing either, because I think it's a human right, just because they are like that or whatever. But most people get to that point that you see on the street with the dude, you know, fucking grabbing his shit and playing with it in the middle of the fucking street on the boulevard. They get to that point after years and years of being brutalized by being out in the fucking elements, you know? Even animals need a cave. And you're a human being and you don't have any shelter whatsoever. You know, you're constantly getting attacked. You're getting brutalized. You have no opportunities. There's no way to like survive. There's no way to get back. And it becomes harder and harder to get back to like what you once, you know, could have been, like a healthy person, a productive member of society. And then you lose your mind. You try to self-medicate. You start taking drugs to forget about it. You start selling drugs. Maybe you can make a little bit of money that way. Start stealing shit, little shit here and there to make money, to survive. And then ultimately you become this fucking wreck. And it becomes significantly harder to also recover from that condition, to rehabilitate you from that condition. And it all started because you just couldn't fucking pay rent, because the area that you lived in for many, many years when you were working a job is becoming more and more expensive.
Yeah. And
you have no other alternative. You also don't have an adequate public transit system in Los Angeles, especially.
I still just don't understand how California has all this money and it's still just a shit show.
Because moneyed interests are significantly more powerful. If you've ever been to a European city, you see how it's designed, you see how it's structured, and you're like, how the fuck don't we have this? We live like animals in America, okay? If you go to fucking Amsterdam, you'll see it. You'll be like, what the fuck? There's like trains that are running literally like 24/7. There's parts of the city that you can't even like drive a car in, which is unthinkable from an American.
His dogs were incredible, dude.
You're driving a fucking big ass pickup truck that doesn't even fit in like 90% of the streets out there. They got buses, trams, trains. Like, you know, there's public transit all day, every day. It's clean as fuck. That is huge.
Would you ever live in a place like that, or would you always stay in America?
Oh my God,
I grew up in Turkey.
Yeah.
Much poorer country, but Istanbul and Ankara, like I grew up on public transit. You know what I mean? I grew up with that. It was awesome. It's great.
Fuck. It's just fucking, dude, there's just too many potholes in fucking Woodland Hills and Calabasas.
That too is crazy.
I just don't get how much, I honestly, like the amount of money I know that's funneled through like taxes, and just like, it feels like it's just like more taxes. And I'm thinking, nothing's changing though. I don't see anything.
What the fuck
change.
am I paying all this money for? I get it. I understand. It is very frustrating. Where is it going? Why are we not seeing the results? It's because everyone's fucking corrupt.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like the thing I was saying earlier. That's why I get just so frustrated in general. I don't even really talk about all this political shit. It's just funny. Like, it's just funny to me because like that's what you do. Like fucking every day, pretty much.
Yeah, but I think like there's a reason why I have a fairly large audience, or I have a lot of people who are even on the right who say like, yeah, I watch you to get a different perspective.
Yeah.
And that's because like, I mean, I get the system is broken. You know what I mean? I'm not like unconditionally on the Democratic Party side. I shit on them probably more than I shit on the Republicans, because like they are supposed to be on the side of the fucking working class. They claim that they are. Yeah. And then they do shit about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I guess I tell it like it is in some ways. And I my solutions are different than the Democratic Party. They like liberals want to just not look at the problem. Like liberals, it sometimes feels like the Democratic Party is literally like, oh, you see a homeless person, Well, that's kind of problematic that you like even recognize that they're homeless.
Jesus.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just let them eat trash. Like, it's fine. It's like, no, man, that's not fine. That's awful. Like, what the fuck? It's awful for him, okay? I'm not just saying, like, oh, it's an eyesore, you know, eviscerate them. Because, like, a lot of California libs are like that, where they just, like, also are just as fucking brutal as, like, you know, red state Republicans would be, where they're just like, get him out of here. Get him out of here. I don't give a shit. I'm not like that. But I want them to have shelter. I want them to have a housing first, you know, rehabilitative policy that allows them to get help.
Would you ever get actually into politics?
No, fuck that. This shit's
This is so interesting.
No,
it's just interesting because like it's for your answer to be that, but like this is also kind of what you do. It's
no, because they're all scumbags. They're monsters. They're fucking awful, dude. Are you kidding me? No, I mean I work with a lot of
Freemason puppet.
I work with a lot of labor unions.
Hasan sold his
I work with a lot of
soul.
political organizations. I do a lot of fundraisers. Do a lot of charity. But when it comes down to it, like no, I would not run for politics. It's awful.
Yeah. What would you do if you had to stop Twitch now? What would you do? Oh, and another question, like, what do you enjoy outside of all this shit?
Nothing. That's the problem. Yeah. I don't enjoy shit. Like, I like working out. I watch anime. I watch fucking TV shows.
What are you watching right now?
I'm watching One Piece right now. I just finished White Lotus.
Nice,
that was pretty good. But it's not an anime, though. But as far as anime, I'm watching One Piece.
One Piece, yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
I think this was such a good podcast.
Any video games
overall because I was able to very clearly and adequately communicate my points, get them across to an audience that I know is like primarily right wing or apolitical but slanted to the right. And I think that no matter what happens, there is going to be someone who is in that chat, other than all the L spammers or whatever, there is going to be someone there that will unironically someone there that unironically go, you know what? I maybe misunderstood this dude. He's like a good guy.
That was my most fun I ever had.
I was like that too. I was a sweaty ass fucking gamer, had like a 17-inch Gateway FX laptop, and then I got pussy for the first time. I was like, oh fuck this shit, I'm out. And then I started playing console games instead. And then when I got back on Twitch, I started playing desktop games again.
I see.
And you know,
yeah,
that's how it is. No more women. You gotta swear off women if you want to be good,
bro.
All right, we got to get back to the main topic at hand here. But you guys can go watch it if you want.